Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Jordan here. Today we're going to be taking care of a bunch of stuff in the Lego room. I've got a bunch of stuff on my desk over there that just needs to be put on display because the January wave came out. I bought a bunch of that stuff, I built it, and then I just left it sitting on my desk. But recently I made some pretty epic changes to the Lego room in my opinion. Like the UCS sets above the city are pretty sweet. Like, doesn't that look sweet? Oh man, I love that change. It looks so good. Now I just got to figure out where I'm going to put all this other stuff. Whew, there is quite a bit of it. It's nothing huge though. We've got Bowser, the burger truck, Spider-Man, this T-Rex skull, Ariel's palace, Rocket Raccoon, and then all these CMFs. Going to add those to the CMF wall. My children, pretty cool. Then the additions to the army there. Got some super battle droids, some clone troopers, and all this dream stuff as well. Plus, I've got to build the stud bug. I got that in fan mail. How cool is that? Thank you so much, Kirsty. I appreciate it. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to build that today, but like, I got to get on that. I'll probably build that live. I will be building that live because that's just such a cool set. I got to hang these guys too. Man, look at that. They look sort of funny up close, but when you go far away, it's like, hey, I see Benjamin there. He's looking pretty sweet. Oh, look at those shelves, though. I am digging that. Hey, there's one other thing that I've got to do. I set up this train track all on my floor. It's like a tripping hazard. Yeah, and I had the train zooming around. It's like, oh, man, I've got to put all this track away. But it was fun having the trains zipping around. I sort of don't want to put it away. I just want to keep it there forever so we could have trains zipping around the Lego room at any given time. Wouldn't that be cool? You just got to watch where you're stepping, I guess. Maybe I should just keep it there. What do you think? Keep the train track or get rid of it? Hey, it was pretty like swervy through here, and that's because I didn't have enough straight track. That's why there's so many curves that are put together there. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or get rid of it. I would love to have like a bigger train layout. I love Lego trains, and having the trains on the floor is all right, but having a bigger train layout would be epic. Specifically, I would love to have a subway system. Build it onto the table. For example, this is the table frame. What if I were just to put a piece of wood like that? And then you could have a train zipping around the entire underside of the Lego city. Wouldn't that be cool? The problem is I can't access the backs of the tables. So there's no way that I'd be able to build a subway system using that method with this current layout. But it would be super cool to have, that's for sure. The first thing that I decided to take care of is the new CMF series. CMF Series 25. So yeah, they're all in a row right there. However, I am missing one. So I got 11 of the 12. And I got all my CMFs, like the actual collectible minifigure series, along the top there. And they come into the second row as well. And then it transitions into Simpsons. And I've got some miscellaneous Harry Potter ones on the far left as well. Then down below that, I've got some superheroes, like all the different Batman ones and a bunch of Marvel ones as well. So your Marvel and Batman row, stretching all the way along. And then below that, we've got the Muppets and also other Disney ones. I feel like there's some holes, though. I should probably fill those holes. But to be honest with you, I've been thinking about doing something quite controversial. Oh my gosh, I've been thinking about parting with all of my collectible minifigures. Like all of these. I don't know, they're pretty cool, but still, I might do it. And the reason for that is I'm trying to fund a huge project. Well, I'm not trying to fund, but I will be funding a huge project. And I'm just thinking if I part with all of these, it could help with that. I won't lie, minifigures are really cool. I also won't lie that I don't like them as much as like other parts of my collection, such as like maybe all my helmets or the Hogwarts Express, or the Hogwarts Castle, or Gringotts, or whatever it may be, right? But would I regret doing it? Maybe not. Maybe I would, but maybe. That was built by Tanjam Lego when I received that plaque is right back there. Why haven't I hung that yet? Procrastination at its finest, everybody. I just don't know why. I could maybe command strip it or whatever it may be. But it's funny because the helmets are just outgrowing the shelf. Like back there's Mando, covered up by Vader. And then back there is the other Batman cowl. And now, of course, I've got another decision that I need to make. Like I need to be like, bye-bye, Dark Trooper. Slide over, Clone Commander Cody. Slide over, sir. That was Captain Rex and Clone Commander Cody. And boosh! Slide over because we've got to make way for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, here's an option. I actually used to have the entire helmet collection up there on the bulkhead. Would that look cool? It would definitely fit them all. I sort of like having them by my desk because I like having a look at them. But now there's 3 that are hidden. And I don't want to expand it onto the next shelf because the next shelf is taller. And that's where I have my wooden duck and Hogwarts Express. Hagrid's Express. There you go. Where's Hagrid? There he is. He's like, yeah, that's my train, buddy. It's the Hagrid's Express. But yeah, maybe I should put all of those helmets up on the bulkhead up there. Maybe that makes sense. It would look cool. And it would fill that shelf quite nicely. And believe me when I tell you this, I didn't measure before I said they were all going to fit on here. And let me tell you, they all fit on here. It is a perfect fit. Like, what? Are you kidding me? They all fit on there perfectly. It's like meant to be. I think they look so good too. Yes, that was so cool. Like, holy Toledo, Batman, that's like an Ace Ventura moment right there. Like a glove, that's all 18 helmets. So every helmet ever issued on display on 2 IKEA floating lack shelves. Beautiful. Now there's just so much stuff that I want to change today because it's like the snowball effect, right? You move one thing, or the domino effect, I guess. You move one thing and then you got to move a bunch of other stuff because I opened up that entire shelf. So it's like, oh, I'm going to bring down the El Dorado Fortress and also the Viking Village from the top shelf. And then I had some additional space and I decided to fill that with the Indiana Jones sets because those were on a bottom shelf and you couldn't really see them. And now they're by my desk. So I want to try and tidy up that because that doesn't look good at all. Like that shouldn't happen. It happens. It is what it is. So I brought those Indiana Jones sets out from over here. They used to be below the Star Wars dioramas on the shelf in the corner there with the AT-AT Walker. I decided to move my books over. So now the books are right there. And the books actually used to be right there where that Lego House GWP is. Now I've got that shelf that I can work with. I've got to play some Disney stuff. And there's also that T-Rex skull from the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World lineup. And then I started looking at this shelf and I was like, oh my gosh, these 2 shelves right here look so bad. Like they have to be completely redone, in my opinion. They are just terrible. Like we've got some Disney stuff on the top there. And then some more Disney stuff right here. And then there's some of the Disney duos up top there, like Cogsworth. What are you doing up there? And then you come down to the Jurassic Park shelf and there's some Disney leaking over onto that shelf. It's like, oh my gosh, this is just so bad. We've got more Disney down here beside Ghostbusters. So like in my opinion, these 2 shelves need to be completely redone. And I think I'm going to do that today just because I can't bear to look at that anymore. It's terrible. Also, one of the best sets of, well, maybe not one of the best sets, but in some people's opinion, one of the best sets of last year is right down there. That's the Bat Cave, right? You can't even see what's going on there. So I'm thinking maybe I should bring that to the top because right now I have all this miniature stuff at the top. It's like, well, what's the point of that? You want that stuff to be at like eye level and then the bigger stuff like Bowser and Pac-Man and the Bat Cave Shadow Box to be at the top. The changes are coming along beautifully. So far, I think I'm in love. The issue is I've got all this open space on the bottom. So I've got to determine what I'm going to put down there. And then I've got all this small, like, Mario clutter. I honestly think it's time for that to go. Like, I don't think I need that in my collection. The Minions, the Butthole Tiger, I guess I'll call it. And then we've got some other stuff, such as the Sonic Brickheads, the XL-15, which is Buzz Lightyear's spaceship, some other miscellaneous Disney stuff, and then the Ecto-1. The Ecto-1 for sure has to be displayed somewhere. I like to buy the DeLorean there, but it pretty much takes up an entire shelf. So I just need to determine where I'm going to put the Ecto-1. And all this small stuff. That's the problem, is I'm left with all the small stuff, which I've been trying to get away from collecting. I'm not a fan of the clutter. I prefer the clean displays. Like, look at that, right? Woo! That looks way better. A bunch of small stuff, in my opinion, doesn't look nearly as good as the big stuff, neat and tidy on a shelf. Who's ready to check out the new and improved displays once again? It's like we're always making changes and we're always improving. That's what I like about Lego and building Lego displays. Well, it's one of the many things that I like about Lego. How much better is that, though? Once again, let's take a look at the before. So here it is before, looking pretty cluttered and chaotic. And here it is after. So much better, right? So we've got just neat and tidy displays now. The Batcave shadow box, the Batman buildable figure, the Bat Cycle, the little mini Disney dioramas, some other Disney stuff like Wall-E, Buzz Lightyear, the 2 Steamboat Willies, some miniature Disney stuff, oh geez, what are they doing there? That's not right. They belong down there. I just put it there to move it out of the way. I'll move that. They got some other Disney stuff there, like the mini GWPs and also the Disney Duos, the Tron Lego Ideas set, some Toy Story stuff, also Frozen and Cinderella. Then the Minions. I love the Minions. I think they look great. And that's beside the Ecto-1. I did decide to bring some of these smaller DC sets down low there. Then we've got some of the miscellaneous stuff on the bottom there. Harry Potter, the typewriter, the Ecto-1, and then the Jurassic Park stuff. I got to move these guys in front of the DeLorean. There we go. Much better. Yeah, then the Jurassic Park stuff, like the diorama, all the minifigs, the little Jeep there, the new T-Rex skull, so put that there. Then the Bricker Builds Dinosaur Eggs. Bricker Builds does a bunch of great stuff. I have an affiliate link in my description for that. Pretty cool. And then we've got some of the other Mario stuff, right? The new Bowser's muscle car or whatever it's called. So cool, right out front of the TV. Then you got Tails right there and Sonic above by Bowser. And then the Pac-Man arcade. Sort of like our video game shelves, right? Cool. Yeah, so I'm really happy with that. Like, that just looks so much better. It was looking pretty chaotic before, and I'm glad that I was able to clean that up. In addition to cleaning that up, I also decided to get rid of all the train track. I was like tripping over it, and it's like, yeah, this doesn't really look that good. Also, you can see my kids, look. On the left is Benjamin, and on the right is Millie. Decided to put them on that wall just because these art sets, they look better from afar. Like the other ones, they look pretty good close up, but these ones I found, the closer and closer that you get to them, the more like pixelated and abstract they look. Like when you compare that to that. So I decided to put them there because for the most part, I'm walking into the Lego room this way so that I can see it look sort of beautiful, right? Of course they're beautiful, they're my kids. And then I also decided to put the periodic table of colors there as well. I had the old one there, and the new one was just chilling on top of the brick separator shadow box. So I was like, okay, let's bring that up. And then over here, I did do some shuffling around as well. I brought the Spider-Man No Way Home Endgame Battle, No Way Home Endgame Battle, final battle right there, and then the Endgame Battle is behind that. Sort of in the background, you can see Thanos. I didn't combine them just because, like, when I reviewed this, I put this one on top, like Sandman on top here, like the instructions show. And it was pretty chaotic. Like, there was a lot going on. I think in order to have Sandman on there, you need to, like, double the size of this model. Maybe that's what they could have done. You know, they could have given us all the figures and they could have doubled the size of it, like increase the scale of it so all the figures could actually be presented on there nicely. So I just put that over there, and there's the goat boat snuck in behind there as well. And that actually exposed my Iron Man Hall of Armor, which is honestly not that good. Like there's not very many different suits on there, but better than nothing, I guess. And in front of that is the new Rocket Raccoon. And I've got little baby Groot on top of his head. I should have probably put him on his shoulder. But that makes sense to have him there because now he's by these other figures and also by Groot and also Venomized Groot. Don't think there are any other changes to this area. Once again, I moved those books down there, so I think that's pretty cool. I did place the burger truck. I thought this was a pretty cool spot for it because we've got the diner right here. So the owner of this burger truck was like, oh yeah, well guess what? I'm gonna park right there and I'm gonna set up a burger stand. Some stiff competition. Look, somebody just bought a burger. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool spot for it. I should put it in the amusement park, and somebody said, maybe what you should do is duplicate that or buy multiple burger trucks and put multiple of those stands throughout the amusement park, and I think that's a really cool idea. Or what I could do is take that design concept and make different food elements, like whatever, maybe like a big box of popcorn or something, and have that as a food vendor in the amusement park. I actually saw that when I was in Brickworld, Chicago. There was a lady that built a huge custom zoo, and the food stands were really interesting because they were like popcorns and burgers and fries, and they were actually shaped like the food that they sell. And then I decided to put the hot dog truck right over there by the Spring Lantern Festival. So that guy's hustling some hot dog, or that lady, I should say. Can't remember if it was a guy or lady. Either way, that entrepreneur is selling hot dogs just outside of the train station, which leads into the amusement park, right by the amusement park entrance as well. So it's a good spot to have a hot dog truck, that's for sure. So that's looking pretty sweet. I love the helmets up top there. Woo! That is so satisfying. Oh, also we got all our figures up, and then I decided to clean up my desk as well. So all that stuff is gone. I sorted all the parts. I got rid of all the boxes. There's still a little bit of stuff here. I'm going to be building a massive castle soon with all those parts. I'm going to be building this and integrating it into the city soon as well. The dream stuff, I still don't know what I'm going to do with. Probably give away the figures and then part out the sets. So I just didn't get a chance to do that today just because it's been a busy one. Moving all this stuff around and building these new displays just takes quite a bit of time. Then up top there, I've still got some open space, and I put my silver play button up there for some reason. Just didn't want it to get like scratched up, so I still need to decide where I'm going to hang that in the Lego room. It's got to be somewhere safe so it doesn't smash to the floor, because that would be heartbreaking. But there we go, everybody. I think the displays are looking pretty clean. Love the helmets, and I think this display over here with the Disney and Jurassic and a little bit of miscellaneous / Batman looks so much better. Like, that is for sure. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Thank you so much for coming on by. I just wanted to let you know about a new membership perk that I have here on the channel as well. So if you sign up for Super Brick, you're going to have access to videos, all pre-recorded videos such as this one here, early, up to 24 hours before the actual video launch. And I highly appreciate it. If you become a member of the channel, help support the channel, you get some perks like monthly live streams, custom emojis, little badges beside your name that grow over time. And in addition to that, now we have the early video access, which is a brand new perk for the Super Brick tier. If you want, feel free to check it out because I highly appreciate it. And there's also a Discord server and some other things as well. Well, yeah, I think it's looking pretty sweet down here. I love those helmets in the backdrop there, or the background there. I love those Star Wars UCS sets too. So cool. Everybody, please remember to like, subscribe, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Farewell.